In today's video, we're going to talk about exactly how much YouTubers can earn from YouTube advertising. We're going to look at just that one stream of revenue, how it all works, and how much you can potentially earn through YouTube. So if you wanted to start YouTube today, or you're always just been curious about how much you can earn through YouTube advertisements, you're about to find out exactly how it works. Coming up. How's it going, guys, and welcome to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Simplicity. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you are new to the channel and want to consider subscribing, make sure you click that big red button down below and it signs you up for more videos just like this one. This channel is all about how to build your brand, business, and image through social marketing. So if you always want to learn how to make money online, how to build a business, how to start a brand, all that kind of stuff, and the tips and tricks of how to do that, then don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. In today's video, we're going to talk about all about how you can earn money through Google Ads, how that can potentially earn you income, and exactly how you can calculate roughly what you'd be earning and how Google/YouTube calculates that. So the number one thing to remember is, guys, first you need to be able to put ads on your YouTube video. Now to do that, you have to be part of the YouTube partnership program. If you are new to all this, or maybe you just need a bit of a reminder, to join the YouTube partnership program, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, just 1,000 subscribers in total, and you need 4,000 watch hours within the last 365 days, or 240,000 minutes. Now guys, when you look at it like that, that does sound crazy, and it is really a hard task, especially when they're asking for this all within the last 365 days. But that's kind of the point. YouTube doesn't want everybody to be able to put ads on their account, especially if the quality isn't as good as it should be, and they don't really want to be I guess losing their value in terms of, for their advertisers. They want to make sure that it's only the best of the best that are putting ads on their videos. So that's kind of why they started this whole program, and why the requirements are so hard, but for good reason. That being said, if we look at how much you can actually earn potentially through Google Ads and YouTube advertisement, what it actually is calculated is your CPM, which is your cost per milli. Now, if you've never heard of this term before, basically what it stands for is cost per 1,000 views, basically. Milli is per 1,000. Now, how it works is you will be given a CPM based on those ads that are on that video. So for example, it does come down to a lot of different factors as to what kind of CPM you'll get. Now, CPMs, they can vary from so many different things based on so many different variations, and as to why it might be low or high. They can actually range anywhere from around about, I think, even possibly $1, but generally somewhere between $2, $4, $6, or $8 is kind of your standard CPMs, and then your higher CPMs will be like your 10, 12, 14, 16. And there are CPMs out there that I have seen that are like 20, 50, 100, sometimes even 200 or even 1,000, depending on what kind of ads they are, and all of these different variations that will affect that. Now we're going to run through exactly why a CPM might be higher than others, and why you'll find that every YouTuber is going to be different, and why when you watch different videos, the earnings is really unusual and doesn't seem to kind of correlate with each other. That's why you're probably wondering, why is it when I watch different YouTubers, their earnings are so different? You have some of these videos and they earned relatively not very many, they didn't have very many views, but their earnings was pretty good for those small amount of views, and then you have these other ones where they have like 1 million view videos and they didn't actually earn that much. Well, there's a whole lot of factors that come into this and how it's going to affect that. We're going to run through exactly why that is right now. Now, the number one and the biggest one is going to come down to the actual YouTube channel itself. So what that YouTube channel's niche is, what kind of videos they produce, and things like that. Now you have to take that even further, because obviously every single video that they create is going to be different. They might have a similar kind of theme that they do, but each video is going to be different. So it does depend on that particular video that you're talking about. In other words, each video will have a different CPM. If we take a simple example, if we take a gaming channel and they generally do gaming type videos, their CPM is going to be very similar, but there are other factors that we'll get into soon as to why that might fluctuate. But for the most part, if they just do gaming videos, their CPM is probably going to be around about $2 to $8. I don't think it's going to be any higher than that, but that's roughly where it's going to be, around about $2, $4, $6 or $8 for a gaming type video. The reason for this is the potential ads that can go in that video that YouTube are going to choose for that video need to be somewhat relative to that particular video. For example, if you have a gaming channel and they're doing a gaming video, you're not going to want to put how to create Photoshop tutorial. You're not going to put like Adobe Photoshop ads on there just because it's not really going to make too much sense. That being said, there are sometimes ads that don't really make much sense to the video, but for the most part, that's why the CPM is going to be lower, because those kind of bigger businesses that are willing to pay more money for the advertisements are only going to go on those kind of relative videos that go with that higher CPM ad. So you got to factor all of this in, guys, and that's why when you take a video and you look at how many views it has, is not going to reflect actually how much money that video made, because it comes down to the CPM. If it has a low CPM, it could potentially earn less money than another video with a higher CPM with far fewer views. Now, another thing you need to factor in is going to come down to the location of the viewer. What I mean by this is, if a person is viewing your video and watches the ad in America, it's going to be very different to someone who watches your ad in India. So those kind of third world, second world countries aren't going to be as a higher CPM as it's going to be for your local United States, United Kingdom, Australia. Those kind of first world countries are going to potentially earn you more and have a higher CPM. So not only does it matter what kind of ads are on your videos, but unfortunately it does actually matter who's actually viewing your ads as well. Now, that into consideration, yes, it does actually matter who watches your ads. If they don't watch your ads, you're not going to earn money from it, because an advertiser only gets charged when you view an ad. So when you have those little ads that pop up and they're skippable ads, if they skip the ad straight away, then there will be no charge to the advertiser, and in turn you won't make any money from that ad. That being said, if they don't see any ads at all, they will have absolutely no charge to them. Impressions and things like that for advertisers, there will be a small fee that they pay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those skippable in-stream ads, there might be a small charge to it, but unless the person actually watches your video, then you're not likely to make much money from it. So even if you have a really high CPM and that person is watching it in a first world country but skips the ad, you're still not going to receive any money for that advertising. So that's another thing you have to factor in. Even if your video received 2 million views, but only like 10% of them actually watched the ad, then you're not going to receive that CPM based on 2 million views. You're going to receive it on maybe 100,000 people that watch that ad. Does that make sense, guys? I think it does. Now guys, when we factor that in, there's also another few things that are going to affect that as well. There's the age, so depending on the viewer, the person's age is going to affect that as well. You got the age, you got the region of where they're viewing the channel, you got the type of video, the type of ads that will be going on that video. All of these things do actually affect it, and that's why your CPM is going to fluctuate and be different on every single video on your channel, and most likely different to every other person's video, especially if they're in a different niche to you. Now, if you take different similar channels that have the same niche, you'll find their CPMs are going to be relatively similar, especially if they upload the same kind of content. So you do need to factor that in as well, and that is something that is going to obviously affect their CPM as well. Now, if we take this example and we say, okay, this is we'll take the gaming channel for example, and this gaming channel does pretty well. Let's say they had a video that they posted, and let's say that it received 100,000 views. Okay, now let's just pretend that all of those 100,000 people did in fact watch the ad. Let's say there was an ad at the very start, so that more than likely they did watch the ad, and there is going to be revenue coming in from that ad. Now, we take that simple example, we say, okay, they had 100,000 views, and we'll say this particular channel has a $5 CPM. So that's $5 that they make for every 1,000 views of an ad watched. So $5 for 1,000, so that means $5 for 100,000 is going to be around about $500. So when you take that into consideration, it's not bad, it's pretty decent income. And if you think about if you're getting that per video and you post maybe 2 to 3 videos a week, that's around about $1,500. And as you can imagine, that's getting up there with a full-time job. Now, of course, if you take that same example and you use it with a different channel who has a higher CPM, we might say $15 CPM, and they only received, to keep it nice and tidy, we'll say, and they had 100,000 watched ad views as well, and their CPM is $15. Then they're going to receive $1,500 for the same amount of views, but because they have a higher CPM, they got triple the amount of revenue than this other channel did. So as you can see, it fluctuates, and one channel can actually potentially earn a lot more than another channel based on their region, who's watching their videos, who their subscribers are, obviously the kind of views that they're getting, but their niche, and of course the CPM that they're receiving on that type of video. Generally, from what I've seen, if it's something to do with a business of some sort, or a business that can try to promote their stuff on that video, the CPM is going to be a lot higher than if it's just a standard, simple, cheap ad. So you have to take that into consideration. If you want to be earning the most amount as possible with your YouTube channel, you do need to consider what kind of actual content you're making on that YouTube channel. But I hope this video was helpful. It kind of gives you a brief rundown of what the CPM, how it works, and how much you can potentially earn through YouTube. And it really shows just how much it does fluctuate based on YouTube channel to YouTube channel, and even in that YouTube channel from video to video. So it kind of gives you a brief idea of how it all works, how the CPM works, and how much you can potentially earn through YouTube. I hope you guys did find this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.